So in this section, I'm going to show you how to apply a reverb on drums so that your drums can become bigger and have its own space. So let's listen to these drums. So let's add a reverb send um, to the snare. So let's listen to how the snare is going to sound with this reverb. So the reverb time should be around 0.71. You don't want a long reverb, you want a short reverb, to make the sound thicker and then bigger. So let's apply a little bit on the snare and let's see how it sounds like. So here I want us to be changing the reverb time to see how the snare is going to sound like. So if, for instance, you want to give the snare that kind of a sheen, you can use the high level, you know, um, turn it up to give the snare that kind of bright sheen. And sometimes it sounds very great because it tends to become an effect. And it's not all the time that you have to use that, because if you don't know how to use that, you can make your drum sound too bright, and you don't want that. So just a little bit is okay. Let's say like 50%. That is okay. So I'm going to bypass the reverb on and off, and let's listen to what it's doing to the snare drum. You can tell when the reverb is bypassed on the snare sounds very small and it sounds very dry. But once the reverb comes on, the snare sounds very big and it sounds like it's in a space, like in some rich concert in a room. It sounds very, very great. So let's try to apply this few, let's try to apply the reverbs on the other instrument, and let's create some kind of um, depth and space for our drum tracks. So you can hear how big the drum has become. I'm gonna bypass the reverb on and off, and let's listen to what the reverb is doing to the whole mix. Now, should you add a reverb to your kick? You know, sometimes it's okay to add a reverb to a kick. Sometimes to not too okay. But then that is something that has to do with your own choice. You know, because if you want everything to be in the same space, then why not? You can add a reverb to the kick drums and it will sound good. So let's try adding a reverb to the kick. Let's see how it's gonna sound like. So you don't overdo it, just a little bit can go a long way. So let's listen to it with the reverb and without the reverb. Let's listen to the whole track. So this is how to add a reverb to your drum tracks to make it sound very, very polished. You know, to try this in every door, and you're going to get the same results, and your drums are going to sound very good once you apply this these techniques.